Are you drowning in debt and looking for a way out? What if I told you that you could crush your debt in just 30 days? You think I'm kidding, don't you? Well, I'm here to tell you it's possible. I'm a part of the AI money gang, and I'm a guru just like a financial fiduciary. You feel me? Now, I know what you're thinking. Financial fiduciary? That's cap. And you're right, to try to roast. But wait and peep game. What it means is, I'm here to help you take control of that dinero. That's my good word. I'm going to break down these complex financial concepts into bite-sized pieces that you can understand. We're going to get you on a budget, we're going to tackle that debt, and we're going to set you up for financial success. So, are you ready to change your life? Let's do this. All right, folks, let's talk about the B word. Budget. Now I know what you're thinking. Budgets are boring, budgets are restrictive. But let me tell you something. A budget is not your enemy. It's your roadmap to financial freedom. Look, if you're driving around without a map, you're gonna get lost, right? Same thing with your money. A budget is simply telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. First things first, you gotta track your expenses. And I mean everything. That daily latte, those impulse buys at the checkout line, track it all. You can use a fancy app, a spreadsheet, or even just a good old-fashioned notebook. The point is, know where your money is going. Next, you're gonna categorize your expenses. We're talking needs versus wants. Needs are the essentials, housing, food, transportation, those kinds of things. Wants are all the extras. That gym membership you never use, those cable channels you don't watch. You get the picture. Now comes the fun part. Cutting back. Look, I'm not saying you have to live like a pauper, but there are always areas where you can trim the fat. Can you switch to a cheaper cell phone plan? Can you brown bag your lunch a couple of times a week? Little changes add up, folks. Once you've got your spending under control, it's time to allocate your income. This is where you decide how much money is going towards your bills, how much is going towards your savings, and most importantly, how much is going towards crushing that debt. Remember, a budget is not about deprivation. It's about being intentional with your money. It's about taking control of your finances and creating a life you love. Now, let's talk about tackling that debt. And we're going to do it with a method that's so effective, we call it the debt snowball. It's like this. Imagine a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger and bigger as it goes. That's what we're going to do with your debt payments. First, you're going to list all your debts from smallest to largest, regardless of interest rates. I know. It sounds counterintuitive, but trust me on this one. Next, you're going to make minimum payments on all your debts, except the smallest one. On that smallest debt, you're going to throw everything you've got at it. We're talking extra payments, side hustle income, tax refunds, everything. Why the smallest debt first? Because we're going for quick wins here, folks. When you knock out that first debt, it's going to give you the motivation to keep going. Plus, it frees up more money to put towards the next debt on your list. So you pay off that first debt, and boom, you take that money you were paying on it and add it to the payment of the next smallest debt. You keep rolling that snowball, paying off debts one by one, and before you know it, you're debt-free. Now, I know some folks will tell you to tackle the debt with the highest interest rate first, and mathematically that makes sense. But let me tell you something. Personal finance is more emotional than it is mathematical. You need those quick wins to stay motivated. Trust me, the debt snowball method works. It's simple, it's effective, and it's the quickest way to get out of debt. Chapter 3. Cut the fat, unnecessary expenses. Gotta go. All right, we're on a roll. We've got our budget, we're tackling our debt. Now it's time to talk about cutting those unnecessary expenses. Look, I'm not talking about living like a hermit. I'm talking about being smart with your money. First things first, take a hard look at your budget. I mean, really scrutinize it. Are you paying for subscriptions you don't use? Do you have memberships you've forgotten about? You'd be surprised how much money you can save just by canceling a few things. Next, let's talk about food. Eating out is a huge budget killer. I'm not saying you can never enjoy a meal at a restaurant, but cooking at home is way cheaper. Plan your meals, pack your lunches, and resist those takeout temptations. Another area where you can save big is entertainment. Do you really need to go to the movies every weekend? Can you find free or low-cost activities in your community? Get creative, folks. And speaking of creativity, let's talk about clothes. Do you really need a new wardrobe every season? Thrift stores, consignment shops, and online marketplaces are your new best friends. Look, I get it. Cutting back can be tough. But remember, it's not about deprivation. It's about prioritizing your financial goals. Chapter 4. Boost your income. Time to hustle. All right, folks, we've talked about cutting expenses. Now let's talk about boosting your income. Because let's face it, sometimes you gotta make more money to reach your financial goals. First things first, assess your skills. What are you good at? What do you enjoy doing? There are tons of ways to make extra money these days, from freelance writing to virtual assisting to driving for a ride-sharing service. Don't be afraid to get creative. Can you bake? Sell your treats at a local farmer's market. Are you crafty? Set up an online shop and sell your creations. Another great way to boost your income is to sell stuff you don't need. Go through your closets, your attic, your garage. I guarantee you'll find tons of stuff you can sell online or at a consignment shop. And don't forget about the power of negotiation. Whether you're asking for a raise at work or haggling with a service provider, don't be afraid to ask for what you want. Remember, every little bit helps. Even an extra $50 or $100 a week can make a big difference in your debt payoff journey. Chapter 5. Stay motivated. You got this. We're in the home stretch now, folks. We've talked about creating a budget, tackling debt, cutting expenses, and boosting income. Now, let's talk about the most important ingredient of all, staying motivated. Let's face it, getting out of debt is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be times when you want to give up, when you feel like you're not making progress. But trust me, it's worth it. One of the best ways to stay motivated is to track your progress. Create a visual reminder of how far you've come. You can use a debt thermometer, a debt snowball chart, or even just a simple spreadsheet. Seeing those numbers go down will give you the motivation to keep going. Another great motivator is to find an accountability partner. This could be a friend, family member, or even a financial coach. Someone who will support you, encourage you, and hold you accountable. And don't forget to celebrate your wins. No matter how small, every victory deserves to be celebrated. Pay off a debt? Treat yourself to a nice dinner. Within your budget, of course. Reach a milestone? Take a day trip. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Millions of people have been in your shoes and have come out the other side debt-free. You got this. Outro. You did it. Now, go live your best life. Congratulations, folks. You've made it to the end of this journey. Remember, crushing your debt is possible. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and you'll be debt-free before you know it. And when you are, you'll be able to experience true financial peace of mind. You'll be able to achieve your financial goals, build wealth, and live the life you've always dreamed of. If you found these tips helpful, hit that subscribe button for more financial tips and advice. Until next time, keep winning with your money.